excuse me. Hi again. This video is going to have a look a little bit deeper into that gradebook and some things that you can adjust in there that I made guesses about. So I'm back in that same course, and I'm going to go on the left and I'm going to go to grades. And the first thing I want to show you is the event comes up and it's vertically like a student would see it. Here where it says user report, if you click, grader report is the one that's your typical horizontal. Here are all of my grades and all of my students. And it has left editing turned on. When you go in, it may just look like this, and you'll have all of your students, of course, and the grades that you've been working with. Now, in behind this, of course, is the setup of the gradebook. And the same place where we switch to grader report, there's an option in there called gradebook setup. And what that's going to do is show you how I went ahead and I made a midterm exam and a final exam, for instance, and weighted them at each at 35. And then I made a category, meaning a folder of things called case studies and quizzes. And that's the other 30% of your course. Now, inside of there, I guessed that you're going to have the same 6 quizzes as you used to have. And I've only put one case study because I have no idea how many you want to have in there. But I want to show you how easy it is to add another one. Because it's just a place to put a number, you don't have to go ahead and make an assignment and do a bunch of settings. You can literally go down here and hit add grade item, or beside this case study number 1, you can hit edit and say duplicate. And what that's going to do is literally take the first one that I made there, and it's going to make a second one. It's going to tell you, hey, this is a copy. Then if you want to change the name, if you go edit and edit settings, it's going to come up and you could make that case study number 2 and hit save. Now notice inside of that category of quizzes and case studies, I haven't put a weight on any of those. In this same gradebook setup screen, you can enter values in there that will weight them within that category, within the 30. They don't have to add up to 30. If you want everything to be worth the same, you can put whatever. You could literally put ones in there, and that will make everything worth the same. For most people, it makes more sense mathematically if these add up to 30, but they don't technically have to. Once you set those any way you want, you hit save changes, and any math that it's got, it will recalculate based on what you've got in there. And that's as easy as that to add in extra case studies and quizzes. I'm going to pop back into the grader report for a second, because it is possible that you have a case study mark. So I'm going to turn editing on. So you could come in here and enter your grades, and I'm going to scroll over to the right some, and it should bring your students' names with you on the left side there. But rather than entering all of those, if you wanted to just enter a case studies and quizzes total, you could do that and not use any of those others. And in fact, you could go delete those out of the gradebook if you wanted, or you can have me do it if you just holler. I'm hoping that that gives you enough that you can get through this. If you have more questions, please don't hesitate to ask, or phone, or whatever makes sense for you. And if this is what you want me to do, I will go ahead and do that for those other 2 courses as well.